Hi, my name is Anna and I'd like to welcome you to my video. What I'd like to talk to you today about is taking inspired action. Now, inspired action is a compulsion to do something, to respond to something, or to take action moving you forward in your life. Now, we all get opportunities or we see things that we might want to respond to, but we're based on our fears and insecurities. We feel that we're not qualified to respond or to react or to take that chance. A few years ago, I was looking through a newspaper and I saw an ad for a play. They were looking for actors, and I don't consider myself an actor. And at that time, I remember it was something that I'd like to experience, and I was so inspired to respond to that ad, despite the fears and despite the insecurities. I picked up the phone and I called the number, which got me an audition. So I went along to the audition, and at that whole driving to the audition, I was thinking, what am I doing? This isn't for me. I have no experience. Yet I got the role, which propelled me into a whole new area of personal development, because when I was at the auditions, or actually at the rehearsals, the guy who played my husband, he was reading this book, and he constantly was absorbed in this book between scenes. And I remember speaking to him and saying, "What are you reading?" And he said, "Oh, it's just a book." And I said, "Well, what is it about?" And he said to me, he goes, "Oh, when your time comes," he goes, you'll come across the book." And he gave me the name of the book. And I thought that was really weird and a bit strange. So I thought, okay. So the book was called Celestine's Prophecy. And just a couple of weeks after that, I was speaking to a lady I know about this book. And she said to me, she goes, "Well, I have a copy of it. Do you want to borrow it?" And I thought that was really weird. And so I borrowed the book, and it was an incredible book. And it was my first book in this genre of personal development and moving forward in life. So, and another inspired action that I took was a few years ago as well. I saw this candle company, or these candle products, that I just was blown away by these candles. I thought they were so beautiful. So I started creating these candles and making them from home, and I turned it into a business. And this business, the company who produced the products, saw that I was doing a lot with these candles, which eventually got me onto the public speaking circuit, where they invited me to speak in 5 different cities, and one of those was overseas. But I took inspired action, which got me there. Another inspired action that I had about 18 months ago was I had put in an application for a position in the company that I was working for. And this position was at an executive level, and I, of course, didn't feel experienced or didn't feel like I had the knowledge to do this role. However, I was inspired to take action. And I was sitting at the reception desk this day when I knew these interviews were going to be taking place, and I had not received a call or an email responding to my application. So I had thought, that's okay, well, maybe I didn't get the role. But then I saw people who were being interviewed in that role who had less qualifications than I did. So I took inspired action, and when the office door was open and the interviewees were free, I walked into the office, introduced myself, and I said I had applied for the position but hadn't heard from them. So they gave me an impromptu interview and I got the role, which was funny, but I took inspired action. And so you need to take inspired action, because it will propel you in your life. It will guide you. It will give you opportunities that you've never thought about, despite your fears, despite your insecurities, despite your lack of knowledge or whatever you think that you may be inadequate in. Taking inspired action is your internal force, internal guidance, propelling you into a part of your life or an area of your life you may never have experienced. So I'd love to hear your comments and your notes below of how you've taken inspired action and how it's propelled you in your life and transformed your life. So please take inspired action. Don't be afraid. It's there for a reason and a purpose, and it will change your life. So take inspired action, and love to hear your comments, and thank you for listening to my video.